Hi, welcome back to Mallory in the Library, or if it's your first time joining us, then welcome. Today might have been your first day back at school, and if it was, congratulations, you're off to a great start. I know online learning can be hard, but as long as you do your best, that is the most important thing. So today we're going to share some silly stories, and we have a few characters that you might recognize and a few new characters. So the first one I'm going to read is Scaredy Squirrel Makes a Friend by Melanie Watt. If you haven't checked out any of the other Scaredy Squirrel books, they are really fun. So first it says, warning, Scaredy Squirrel insists that everyone brush their teeth with germ-fighting toothpaste before reading this book. I know it's kind of the middle of the day, so, we'll let that one slide. And this book says, for my dentist, Rosa, and for Manuel, special thanks to Valerie, my friend and publisher, for 7 inspiring years. Scaredy Squirrel doesn't have a friend. He'd rather be alone than risk encountering someone dangerous. A squirrel could get bitten. A few individuals Scaredy Squirrel is afraid to be bitten by: beavers, Godzilla, piranhas, bunnies, and walruses. So, Scaredy Squirrel finds interesting ways to pass the time all by himself. He reads, he whistles, he knits, he chats, he crafts, he yawns, he counts, until one day he spots. Maybe you like doing some of those activities too. Someone perfectly safe. Goldfish. The perfect friend, according to Scaredy Squirrel. Bubbly personality, squeaky clean, quiet, no teeth, germ-free. He doesn't do much, but he is 100% safe. A few items Scaredy Squirrel needs to make the perfect friend: a lemon, a name tag, mittens, a comb, a mirror, air freshener, toothbrush, chew toy. How to make the perfect first impression: prepare freshly squeezed lemonade, make sure your name tag is visible, tame bad hair, brush teeth thoroughly and practice smile, check for nutty breath and food caught between teeth, wear mittens to hide sweaty paws, use pine scent to smell delightful, and follow the perfect plan. The perfect plan. Step 1. Toss down chew toy to distract biters. Step 2. Use mirror to check hair and teeth. Step 3. Run to fountain. Step 4. Point a name tag and smile. Step 5. Offer lemonade. And step 6. Make the perfect friend. Avoid beavers. They could snap at any moment. Beware of walruses. They're fast on their flippers. Stay away from piranha-infested ponds. Don't talk to suspicious bunnies. But let's say, just for example, that Scaredy Squirrel did come face to face with a potential biter. He knows exactly what not to do. Do not show fear. Do not show your fingers. Do not make eye contact. Do not make any loud noises. If all else fails, play dead and hand over the test. Scaredy's risk test. It says, who are you? Are you walrus, piranha, bunny, Godzilla, beaver, other? How many teeth do you have? 2, 10, 32, 1,000? More? What's your hobby? Biting? Other. What do you see? a friend, or something to bite. With every detail under control, Scaredy Squirrel puts the plan into action. First, he tosses a chew toy. Then he heads down the tree. Everything is perfect until he hears a strange sound coming from behind. Squeak! And he realizes, oh, objects in here are closer than they appear. Something might be sneaking up behind Scaredy Squirrel. It's a dog! This was not part of the plan! The dog chases Scaredy Squirrel around the bush, around the fountain, and around in circles until Scaredy Squirrel plays dead. 30 minutes later, 1 hour later, 2 hours later. After all this time, Scaredy Squirrel realizes that the dog doesn't want to bite him. Looks like he didn't really fill out his test either. He just wants a friend. Scaredy Squirrel points to his name tag and smiles. Then he starts chasing his new buddy. They play fetch, they play hide and seek, and they play dead. Scaredy Squirrel forgets all about the goldfish, not to mention the walruses, bunnies, beavers, piranhas, and Godzilla. Time flies when you're having fun. All this excitement inspires Scaredy Squirrel to make a few minor changes to his idea of a friend. My almost perfect friend, according to Scaredy Squirrel. Wet doggy smell, muddy paws, loud bark, drool, tooth, and germs. 83% safe, and lots of fun. And then there they are. P.S. As for the wet doggy smell, it's been taken care of. Because it looks like he put the air freshener right onto his new dog friend. So the next one we'll read is Kid Amazing versus the Blob. This one's by Josh Schneider. And it says, to Dana for her daily superheroism. One day, while practicing his letters, Jimmy is interrupted by an extremely annoying howl. And right on cue, there's the emergency catastrophe alarm. Jimmy rushes to the closet. He touches a tennis racket like this and pulls the light string like so, and whoosh, a secret door opens. Jimmy goes through the secret door and into a secret elevator. The secret elevator takes him down and down and down until he reaches a secret base where, so it looks like he went down there, over, up to the secret base. Kurtzing! Jimmy is transformed into Kid Amazing. And like he has a few things like his footy pajamas, mystery cloth, dishwashing gloves, and a baseball hat. It's the commissioner. What is it, Commissioner? Asks Kid Amazing. Jimmy, says the commissioner. Kid Amazing, says Kid Amazing. Kid Amazing, says the commissioner. Do you hear that howling? Could you please see what's going on? I'm on it, says Kid Amazing. Who could it be? An evil giant robot? Those space lobsters again? No. Only one thing could howl such an annoying howl. Kid Amazing's arch nemesis, the Blob. The Blob, says Kid Amazing. Don't worry, I will take care of her. Kid Amazing uses his robo-sniffer to catch the Blob's terrible scent. The stink trail leads right to the Blob's lair. Looks like he's following the scent. Kid Amazing opens the door and leaps back. It's the Blob's terrible stink cloud. It smells worse than 10,000 rotten melons. It smells worse than 1,000,000 warthogs. It smells worse than cat food. It is probably the worst thing ever. Kid Amazing quick-thinkingly grabs his de-stinking spray from his utility belt and spritz. So much for that stink cloud. Entering the Blob's lair, Kid Amazing slips and slides on the slime-covered floor. The Blob must be close. But to reach her, he must clear a safe, slip-free path. Kid Amazing reaches for his de-sliming wipe and the layer is dry. And there, on her throne, is the Blob. She is howling a terrible, annoying howl. Kid Amazing reaches for his utility belt, but it's empty. He is out of de-stinking spray. He is out of de-sliming wipes. What will Kid Amazing do? The howl is melting his brain. He dives for cover. Oh my gosh. Who could the Blob be? What do you think? Then he sees it. The Blob's howl neutralizer. Oh, what is that on the floor? There. Kid Amazing grabs the neutralizer and pop! The Blob stops howling. Kid Amazing has saved the day. I have saved the day, says Kid Amazing. Also, the Blob needs a new stink containment unit. Thanks, says the commissioner. But please stop calling your sister the Blob. No thanks necessary, says Kid Amazing. Saving the day is its own reward. Although, a cookie is also a very good reward. I'll see what I can do, says the commissioner. Another happy ending for the forces of justice, says Kid Amazing. That's the last trouble we will get from her. Well, until next time, maybe. Okay, our next book is Grandma and the Pirates. This one is an older book, but I really liked this book growing up, and I hope that you will too. So this one is by Phoebe Gilman. It says, in loving memory, I dedicate this book to my grandmas, Molly and Jenny, and to my great aunt Sadie, who made wonderful noodle pudding. It was because of her wonderful noodle pudding that Grandma met the pirates. On a warm summer day, when Melissa was over in the meadow picking buttercups and daisies, Oliver said to Grandma, "Ollie want a noodle." So Grandma cooked a noodle pudding and set it on the windowsill to cool. A delicious, noodly aroma wafted out on the warm sea breezes. Yum, said Oliver. What do you think Oliver is? I think it's this parrot right here is Oliver. Yo ho yum, said 3 hungry, savage pirates who happened to be sailing past. None of them could cook very well. For breakfast, lunch, and supper, they ate raw fish and barnacles. At snack time, they sucked on seaweed. When that delicious, noodly aroma reached their three savage noses, they stopped the ship, dropped anchor, and rowed ashore. Yo-ho, yum, yum, we smell noodles, we want some. Yo-ho, yum, yum, look out noodles, here we come. They swaggered up to Grandma's house and grabbed the noodle pudding. Unhand those noodles, cried Grandma, but they swallowed them down. Gulp, gulp, gulp. Much better than seaweed, they said. What else is there to eat? They opened Grandma's cupboard, and into their pirate sacks went strawberry shortcake, mashed potatoes too, pickled beets, pot roast, luscious meatball stew, lamb chops, lollipops, peanut butter spread, pizza pie, popcorn, pumpernickel bread, cheddar cheese, cream cheese, blueberry juice, apricot dumplings and rich chocolate mousse, cold chicken salad, spicy apple strudel, oatmeal muffins, and every last noodle. Then, as if that wasn't savage enough, they popped Grandma and Oliver into a pirate sack too. Help, 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 we're being kidnapped by pirates, yelled Grandma and Oliver. When Melissa heard their cries, she dropped her buttercups and daisies and ran back to the house as fast as she could. It wasn't fast enough. They were gone. Melissa looked out at the ship still anchored in the bay. She could hear the roar and clamor the pirates were making as they fought over who had the most food. They'll be eating all day, she said to herself. I'll wait until dark. It will be safer to rescue Grandma and Oliver then. By the light of the moon, she swam out to the ship and climbed aboard. The pirates were fast asleep. How happy Melissa, Grandma, and Oliver were to see each other again. Lower the small boat. We'll sneak away while the pirates are sleeping, whispered Melissa. It's not going to be that easy, Grandma sighed. The boss pirate chained Oliver to the parrot perch, and he keeps the key in his boot. Melissa tiptoed over and reached into the boot. Ho, 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 the boss pirate laughed. He was very ticklish. He laughed so hard that he woke himself up, and he woke up the other pirates too. Then he stopped laughing and growled, It isn't nice to steal. You stole my Grandma and Oliver. Quiet, the boss pirate roared. She's my Grandma now, and you are my new cabin boy. Start swabbing the deck. The pirates pulled up the anchor and sailed away, taking Grandma, Melissa, and Oliver with them. It wasn't a bad life at first. At least they were together. Oliver learned to sing old pirate songs. We are rough, we are tough, we are gruff, gruff, gruff. We are gruff, we are tough, we are rough, rough, rough. Grandma cooked lots of noodle pudding, and Melissa helped sail the ship. It might have been fun, if only the pirates hadn't been so mean and nasty. But they were. They sailed their pirate ship around the world, robbing and plundering everywhere. And when they weren't robbing and plundering, they were teasing poor Oliver. He must be seasick. He looks a little green. They'd grab his noodle and say, Ollie don't want a noodle. Ollie want a cracker. The situation was becoming desperate. Every time they tried to escape, they were caught. Once, when the pirates were busy counting their gold, Melissa lowered a boat, but the boat rattled and banged on the side of the ship. Another time, Grandma thought they should hide in a treasure chest and get carried ashore. That might have worked, if only Oliver hadn't sneezed. Then one day, as they were nearing the island of Bula Bula, Melissa said something shocking. "We have to stop trying to get away from them." "Never!" Grandma cried. "You don't understand," Melissa explained. "We don't have to get away from them. We know how to sail this ship, don't we? We'll trick them into getting away from us. Here's my plan. I'll draw a fake map and pretend to be whispering about a lost treasure buried on Bula Bula." They waited until they were sure the pirates were listening. Psst, psst, psst. "Treasure. Psst, psst, psst. Map. Psst, psst, psst. Bula Bula." The boss pirate grabbed the map. "Oh no, please don't steal our treasure," Melissa cried. "Ho, ho, ho," the boss pirate laughed. "It's my treasure now." Grandma, Melissa, and Oliver watched as they scrambled up the island's rocky coast. "They're going to love it there," Melissa said, and she pulled up the anchor and sailed away. The pirates dug a lot of holes in Bula Bula before they noticed. What did they notice? "Egads! Where's the ship?" Well, they fooled them, didn't they? And they were able to get away safely. Our last story today is one with some characters that you might recognize. Elephant and Piggy. I know that this one is really popular with a lot of kids. It's by Mo Willems, and it says, "To Richard Thompson, a big guy in my book. A big guy took my ball. Gerald! I found a big ball, and it was so fun. And then a big guy came and he took my ball." Oh no. I am so upset. That is not good. That is not right. Big guys have all the fun. What about the little guys? What makes those big guys think they are so big? Well, their size. Well, I am big too. I will get your ball back from the big guy. Well, that seems like a good idea. Elephant is a pretty big animal. My hero. Here I go. Let's see how big this big guy is. Oh, that's a pretty big guy. Oh. Did you get my ball back? is a big guy. You did not say how big he was. He is very big. He's bigger than I am. Much bigger. Uh-oh. I am smaller than he is. Much smaller. He is so big. Gerald, you did not get my ball back, did you? I did not. Excuse me. Thank you for finding my little ball. That is your ball? And you think that it is little? Well, I am big. Fair enough. So big that no one will play with me. Little guys have all the fun. Big guy, would you like to play whale ball with us? What is whale ball? We do not know. We have not made it up yet. With a little help, we can all have big fun. I know that some people really like to find the pigeon at the back of the book. So we just got a nice comment from Nicolina, who says that her kid is really enjoying this. So I'm really glad to hear that. And I hope that you really like Elephant and Piggy. That's one of my favorite stories to read out loud. And hopefully everyone will join us next week, where we're going to do, it's kind of like silly stories, but more stories about how we can use our imagination. And I know that so many kids who have been inside and have had to make new games like whale ball and finding new ways to stay busy, or just looking for ways to use that imagination. So we'll hear some stories about some great ideas that other stories with kids in them have had. And so I hope that I see you then. Until then, have a great week. Goodbye.